This is the must-read marketing book of the year. All this week I've been reading Gary Vee's new book, Day Trading Attention. That's like Liz Truss there trying to get it in. First up, it's a great book. If you run a business or in any kind of marketing, make sure you grab it. The big concept here is about TikTokification. It's how the social media networks are changing. So I've been working in digital marketing for quite a while, and it used to be about building up an audience. You would build an audience and then you would market to that audience. And the bigger the audience you had, the more people could get your message. It made a lot of sense. That worked for a long time. TikTokification, the concept that Gary Vee talks about, is the fact that it's moving from a social graph to an interest graph. So previously it's about who you followed and who your friends followed. That would determine what you see on social media. Increasingly now, though, thanks to TikTok and now spreading onto other platforms, what is happening is the individual pieces of content are important. So this happens on TikTok, we're seeing it on Instagram Reels, and it looks like Twitter or X are moving in that direction too. It's no longer important how many people actually follow you as a creator. What's important is each and every piece of content. That's why on TikTok, whenever you post something, it tends to go to 200 people. Always, regardless. That's basically a survey. It's surveying to see how people react to that piece of content, and then based on how they react, whether or not the platform should show it to more people. From there, it will go to 500 people, 1,000 people, 2,000, 10,000, etc. But only if you pass certain benchmarks of interest. That's engagement. So how long people watch it, how many people comment, how many people like it, how many people share it. So it doesn't matter if you have 0 followers or you have 100,000, you are going to get the same algorithm. This, if you are a smaller creator, is really exciting because it means you don't have the disadvantage you used to have. Previously, the big got bigger and the small, well, stayed small unless you paid the platform to grow. On platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels and increasingly on other social media platforms, that's all changing now. It's going to be about how good your particular piece of content is. That's exciting because you could technically have an account that has 2 followers, but the first video you put out gets 1 million views. That would not happen in the old system where you had to have a following first. For businesses, this really underlines what I talked about in one of my other big videos, which is volume matters. You need to be putting out a lot of content. That's because each and every single piece of content you put out has a chance of going viral. But to work out what the people on this platform actually want to see and what the algorithm is going to reward you for, you need to put out a lot of content to test. You shouldn't spend ages polishing one particular video hoping that it's going to work, because if it doesn't, you learn very little. Instead, you should be putting out much more content so that you learn as fast as possible. And as soon as you have something that does slightly better than the others, you lean in. So let's say you normally get 200 views, which is, jail. That is the minimum that you get. If you have something that suddenly goes to 300 or 500, that's telling you something. People are engaging in that piece of content. So next time you do a piece of content, you do more like that. And you just repeat. It's about repetitions. It's about building that skill, learning each time, and doing more of the same. That's an opportunity that is not open to you on the other platforms, but on somewhere like TikTok or Instagram Reels, it is. So take advantage.